Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. It is currently, I don't know if you can see, 3:30 a.m. and I've just watched Chelsea versus Borussia Dortmund in pre-season, the last pre-season game before we play Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. 1-1. It was an okay game, not a great game, not a bad game, but I think it was still worth watching, especially because we managed to come back. We managed to score a really really late goal with Mason Burstow getting his first goal for the club at senior level, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot to talk about, guys. I've got to be quiet because obviously it's very late. I don't want to wake everyone up, but I'm going to enjoy this fan cam because this is going to be the last time I'm doing a fan cam like this, at least for another year until next pre-season. Because hopefully we can get back to these normal times. Because I've got work at 9 o'clock, so I can get about 5-6 hours sleep. Not even that really, and then get to it. Now, in terms of possession, we dominated 56%, but at the end of the day, it's what you do with that possession. We had 5 shots, 6 off target, 5 of them were on target, and then we had 3 big chances compared to Dortmund's 1. They scored 1, we scored 1, so we missed 2 big chances. But one of the things I want to highlight, for those of you who didn't watch the game, is how bad the referees were. I mean, they were shocking. These referees were just terrible, absolute disaster. Generally, I wouldn't talk about the referees that much. I know it's only a pre-season game, but in the first half, Christopher Nkunku, he opened up the pitch so well. He did a forward pass, linked up with Jackson, got fouled in the penalty box, and then Jackson had a shot that was saved. But it was a clear penalty on Nkunku, and I don't know why the referee didn't blow the whistle, even though he did play an advantage, because it was like 2 seconds after the foul that our shot came off. You can still blow the whistle and give a penalty, surely. So from that perspective, I think the referee was poor there, and I also think, generally speaking, the referee was just crap. The goal that Dortmund scored, it looked like a clear offside. Everyone was looking at the linesman, expecting him to lift his flag. He didn't do it. It was shocking. Small fouls. Sterling was better, in my opinion. He was definitely better today. First half wasn't good enough, but he did get better later on in the game, as things went on. I do think that in the future it would be better to play Sterling on that right hand side, because he does have intelligence the way he wants to play, and he does understand the game. It's just a case of, can you actually do what you're trying to do? And I think that Sterling's best position is probably still on the left, but I think he can get the best in the Chelsea side that we have now on the right hand side, whipping in crosses to Jackson, and just creating chances in that way, because he's not the kind of player who's going to beat 3-4 men and create chances like that. He's really a player that needs to link up with, in this case, it would have been Reece James and Nkunku and Jackson, the players that are getting forward. And I think Sterling was okay. I think he was all right. I know I criticised him in the last game, but I think we need to keep playing him on that right hand side. Really, really disappointed about Nkunku. I think, just a bit of a bummer to see him go off injured. I think it was a knee problem or something like that. Hopefully it's not too serious. He did walk off, so it didn't seem terrible. We just got to be cautious. But Mudryk came on, and when he did come on, he was a bit shite, if I'm being brutally honest. He wasn't great, but again, with time on the pitch, it got better and better. He was a player who was trying to make things happen, trying to use his pace to whip in crosses, had a couple of shots. The energy was good from Mudryk. There was just one chance where Sterling, there was loads of space on the other side of the box, and Sterling, he had no one to pass to. Mudryk should have run inside and tried to receive the ball to have almost a one-on-one with the keeper, but he didn't make that run. And the commentators were talking about it as well. I think just his general game intelligence from Mudryk needs to improve. He's certainly not a lazy player. We see all of the videos of him training, trying to get better, but just sometimes the simple decisions aren't there. So I think if there's one thing Mudryk needs to work on, it's just understanding the game a little bit better. But it's not the game, it's the system, right? It's one of the two, because Pochettino is a guy that's going to be coaching all of the players to try and play in his system, but I'm sure he's going to tweak different things for different players to work on, because every player has a certain strength. I think it was really, really good to see Levy Colwell partnering with Thiago Silva again. Chuffed. I'm really happy to see that Levy Colwell signed a new 6-year deal. It's the right decision for him and his career. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. You're going to get regular game time at Chelsea. You're playing with one of the greatest centre-backs of all time in Thiago Silva, and you're only going to get another year out of him, realistically, if unless he performs again and wants to re-sign. So yeah, he's got a great mentor with Silva to play alongside, and I think the partnership works quite well. Colwell tends to do those low through balls with a little bit more pace, and Silva was happy to chip the ball over the top and create chances that way. I think he did a great pass for Nicholas Jackson, who had a very, very similar chance to what Christopher Nkunku had in the game against Wrexham that he scored, when he goes round the keeper and then just scores in the empty net. But it wasn't an easy chance. So, no criticism for Nicholas Jackson. I still see many, many positives to the way he played, and throughout the whole team, really. I think, generally speaking, it was a decent performance. I think it was very refreshing to see Gallagher play well in a pivot position. I would argue that he had a better game than Enzo Fernandez, who I thought could have done better himself. I think Fernandez gave the ball away a little bit too much for me, and just lacked a little bit of energy again today. But maybe that's just fitness. So look, we've got a little bit more time before the Liverpool game, but you've got to be better in the Premier League. So Fernandez needs to do a little bit better, but he wasn't bad. But I do actually think Gallagher was very, very good today, considering what we've seen from him in the past, playing in that pivot position. Massive, massive improvement, and I think that's a testament to Pochettino already making an impact, teaching him how to play in that position. That must be an element of it, and coaching him to hopefully make him a better player, because it seems like Gallagher is going to be a part of Pochettino's plans going into the season, and I have no issue with that whatsoever. I think that's a good decision, because, quite frankly, you still need players that understand the club and have that energy. One thing Gallagher lacks is that bit of quality. I completely agree with that, but he's got the energy. Nobody can doubt that whatsoever. Just trying to think if there's any other players we can highlight. Chukwuemeka, I think, again, very positive. Just a positive player, a player who always wants to do the right thing, always tries to do the right thing. Even if he had a bad game, which I don't think he did, by the way, I wouldn't criticise him, because you can see the qualities there. It's similar with Mudryk as well, isn't it? You can see it's there. They just need to be coached. And then you've got Cucurella as well, who came on, didn't look great. Let's be honest, Cucurella didn't look great. But look, it's a good team performance. A deserved draw. Really, we could have won that game. I think it was a shame that we conceded, but that wasn't our fault. That was the referee. So in a lot of ways, you can take that as a victory deep down, because we know that the decisions went against us, and we still managed to come back in the end, which is nice. But yeah, I'm optimistic going into this Liverpool game, guys. I am predicting a win at Stamford Bridge on the opening day. Expect no less. I want energy. I want passion, fire. We're going to get that off the pitch from the fans. I know we are. So hopefully we're going to see it on the pitch as well. And that little bit of quality. That's the difference, because Liverpool have lost quality as well. I know they've brought in McAllister and that new midfielder from Leipzig, but we have that little bit more, if you ask me. And with Poch coming in, that's going to give us that extra spark to get the 3 points in that game. But let me know what you guys think. If you did watch the Dortmund match, if you've watched the highlights, or if you disagree or agree with any of my points, comment down below and like and subscribe to the channel, guys. All the best, and I will speak with you very, very soon.